Yet again, I found myself in the ruins of everything I had built in this last 3 years, 4 years, I suppose, because all the things that I had known about myself, all the things that I thought I knew about my life, just crumbled right in front of me. Everything just shattered, and I found myself hitting yet another rock bottom. I remember feeling the same way a few years ago, right after I finished my high school. This is my first video, by the way. I'm Mahak, and this is going to be a channel where I create my journal entries because writing them down on a paper is clearly not enough to get over things. And especially when I'm hitting those rock bottoms, no matter how much I tell myself the things, it does not seem to register. It's as if like my heart refused to believe otherwise, whatever it have intended to believe. That's why I want to create those videos so I can come back, look at these, and get myself some peace because I've been needing that.
So I'm actually recording right now.
Oh, shit.
It's recording.
Yeah.
We do appreciation. It's different perspectives, and we have to walk.
But anyways, like I said, I found myself in the same position in 4 years ago, and I was trying to remember right now what exactly did I do back then to shift my situation, to pick myself back up, because back then, right after I finished my college, I was in the same shambles, did not know what to do. But somehow I applied to college in the university in United States and gave my best, got my visa, came here back in 2023, and I'm doing pretty good in college. So right now when I'm in this position, I'm trying very hard to bring back that mindset, but I'm not sure. It's not really working out for me. So I try to remember what exactly did I do back then to recover from all of those. And the single most important thing that stood out to me was your perception. Your perception is in life is the only control you have, first of all, and it's also the single most powerful control that you have, by the way. Because when people say you are the author of your life, of this book of yours, that's true. You are the author, you hold the pen. So that is why the perspective you have of the situation of your life is very, very important, because your life is merely the outcomes of the decisions that you make and also the reality that you choose to believe. Whatever you choose to believe is coming out of this life is likely going to happen next. Because you see how people say whatever you expect for it to happen is likely going to happen. So if all the outcomes that you can imagine exist, the most important thing you can do is imagine positive. If that is the only thing that in your power, especially when if you are in a situation where you think that everything is out of your control, there is absolutely nothing you can do. The single most important thing that you still have control of and you can do is your thoughts, your mindset. And those are two important things because that will change the course of your action, and your course of action will likely change whatever situation you are in. Because if you believe that it is going to be the worst situation and it is all going to fall apart, your actions will follow that and you'll eventually make that true. But if you believe that you will change this, you will bring something good out of this, everything is going to work out, it will be fine, your course of action will likely hint towards that. You will likely do things that makes you feel like it is going to work out, and you'll eventually change the course of action and you'll eventually get it done. So it's not magic per se, but do remember that we are all energetic beings. We give off energy, and whatever you give off is what you attract. If you always give negative energy, you are always a paranoid person, that is likely what you're attracting. But if you choose to believe in yourself, be positive about the situation, be positive that things are going to work out, those energy are exactly what you are attracting at the moment. So that is why it is very important you change the perception. When everything is crumbling, when everything is crumbling down, instead of thinking that, oh, everything fell apart, think of it this way. When you are building a new house, you can't start from a house already. Everything had to be shattered, bricks, concrete, anyway. Or even best, think this way. You have a two-story building as your house, but now you want to live in a castle. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna magically remove it and bring the castle? No, you'll have to crumble down the whole building to the ground. And then you'll have to start from the bottom again. You'll have to use those bricks, those sediments, and then you build your castle. So you cannot just wipe that out and put the castle. You will have to break everything apart and then bring it all together again into what you desire. Your life is merely the same thing. My life is merely the same thing. All of this crumbled because I was not satisfied with what I had. I demanded for more. I demanded for something bigger, something better. So that is why everything had to crumble down so that I can build what I want to see, so that I can build what I really desire. So, most important part of all of this is change your perspective. Instead of trying to find negativity, find positivity. Because the worst mistake that I did was going back in time or trying to go back in time and telling myself I could have taken a different decision. I could have done things differently. Maybe things would come off differently. Maybe things would have worked out differently. But the reality is, whatever happens for a reason. No matter how impossible it is to see at the moment, no matter how hard it is to believe or fathom that something good can come up of this, whatever happens for a reason. And you have to stand on that. You not only have to believe that, but you have to stand on that every single day and choose your words and your actions wisely. Because indeed, you could have taken different decisions, you could have done things differently, but imagine if any of the dots would have missed their places, if any of the connection would have missed, you would not be standing here right now. In your life, if something is meant for you, it will never miss you. Trust me, it will never miss you. And if something missed you, no matter how hard you tried, it's because it was never meant for you. Something bigger, something better is coming for you. It was never meant for you. And when things go bad, it is very hard to be positive. I've been there. The hardest part of being in a negative situation is that you know that you need to be a positive person. You need to believe that positive things are coming out of this. But when you only see negativity around you, when you only see everything going downhill, everything crumbling, it is very hard to be positive. Being positive is the last thing you want to do because your mind runs rampant. Trust me, when people would try to convince me few days, few weeks ago when I was being negative, oh, but you have to be positive, time will heal it, everything will pass. My reaction would be, you don't know. Maybe something worse will come off this. Maybe everything will go downhill. Maybe I'm going to be in even more shambles. But the reality is, you never know. You never know. It could be entirely positive, but you never know. It could be entirely negative. So if you choose to believe something, how about make it positive? It is hard, but if you got to believe something, how about you make it positive? Because, like I said, your mindset will shift everything. If you want to see positivity, you will work towards it and you will eventually make it true. But if you want to see negativity, it goes the same way. And like I said, don't even get me started. It's very hard to be positive, but like I said, if that's the only thing you can do, you must hold on to it. If yourself, your energy, your thoughts are the only things in control of you in a situation where you don't have control over anything else, you must hold on to it like your life depends upon it. And trust me, that is the most powerful thing you can do, and eventually it will all work out. Thank you so much for listening. I'll keep coming back to it every time I have to find some positivity in me. All right, that was the first episode of my journals. And let's see, we'll come up with new ones in this upcoming weeks. Bye bye.